What's up, you guys? What is up? Let me come out of this for a second. What's up? We're going to talk about something a little different today. I want to share something with you guys that is happening to a lot of new investors. I want to help you think through it. All right, let me just pin this, comment. All right, what's up, you guys? What's up? Let me fix my little thingy here. What is up, you guys? My name is Gabby, and I'm the Real Estate Bae. What is up? Welcome to my live. Welcome to my tribe. Welcome to my house. If this is your first time going live with me, drop a 1 in the chat. If this is your first time going live with me, drop a 1 in the chat. I want to see if we got some newbies. Y'all know how we get down if we got the newbies, okay? Drop a 1 in the chat if this is your first time going live with me. Drop a 2 in the chat if you are an OG, okay? If you're like, listen, I already know what's going on. Give me the gems. Let's get to it, okay? So drop a 2 in the chat if you are an OG to my lives. So you've been on some of my lives before, and you already know how I give it up. We got some newbies in the house. Welcome to the tribe. So let me just introduce myself, and then I'm going to get right into what I want to talk about today. So my name is Gabby, and I am the Real Estate Bae, and I'm located here in St. Louis, Missouri. And my agency helps new and first-time investors find and fund profitable real estate in the St. Louis market, okay? So we help investors build a business plan, find their funding, find their house, fix up their house to force equity and appreciation, and place 4-figure tenants, okay? So we do all of the things that I just named, but there's some pitfalls that I want to talk about that I see with new and first-time investors. There are some pitfalls that I want to talk about that I see with new and first-time investors. As I get into all of the things, you guys, go ahead and drop your questions for me in the question box. There's a little question box. You can drop your questions. This is like a free coaching session, okay? My coaching calls are probably about $200 to $300, so you can get your questions answered right here for free while I'm on this live, okay? So, new and first-time investors fall into this one thing every single time it's time for them to buy their first property. Let me walk it down for you guys, because I want you guys to see it. I don't want to just say it to you. I want you to see it. So what happens is you join the agency. Let's just walk through it. Let's walk through it like you're in the agency. Let's walk through it like you've hired me. Okay. So you've joined the agency. You said, Gabby, I want to be a part of Real Estate Bae Agency. I want to obtain 12 months worth of your coaching services, worth of your working with your team and your network, and you join the agency. In your 12 months of joining, one of the promises that we try to make is we try our damnedest to make sure that you have your first property in 90 days. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that we're moving fairly quickly. We're probably presenting properties to you within your first 5 weeks of being with us. 3 to 5 weeks, we're presenting you properties that make sense for your business plan and your long-term goals. Okay, you hired me to execute, and one thing that I'm going to always do is execute. Okay, I'm a high executor. Okay, so let's keep going down this story. So you've hired me to be your coach, you've hired me to be your realtor, and you've joined the agency. Okay, I start presenting properties to you. Okay, I start presenting properties to you that make sense for your business plan that you also wrote with me. Okay. Again, when you're in the agency, you're going to have access to a business plan template, okay? When I start presenting properties to you, you only get properties from me when one thing happens. The property can meet your long-term needs, okay? So, for example, if I have a client that only has, I don't want to say only, but if I have a client that has $100,000, let's just use whole numbers. If I have a client that got approved for $100,000, okay? And I found a house that needed $200,000 worth of work. I'm not going to present that property to that client. that property does not make sense for that client. Okay. So as your realtor and as your coach, you've paid me to not only just present you properties, but to deeply understand what you need to hit your long-term goals, what you need and what you have the capital for. Right? We have to have money, right? So I start presenting the properties to you. This is what happens, you guys. This is what happens over and over again. I start presenting the properties to you as a new investor, and then we go under contract. So that means we got the house. I presented you a property. I said, hey, Sarah, let's buy 123 Smith Street. You say, okay, let me see the numbers. I show you the data. I show you the pictures. I show you the videos. I show you the systems. I show you the strategy. You say yes. Right there. You say yes to buying 123 Smith Street. Right there. So we go under contract. Okay. We go under contract to 123 Smith Street. Now we're under contract, and guess what happens right there? This is the pitfall. This is the pitfall that every single John, my vice president, is on here right now. He can tell you every single new investor falls in this pitfall. You get under contract, which means you were finally able to pull the trigger on your first purchase. You're just about to get over the finish line. You only have 3.5 weeks left to close on your first investment property, and mindset starts to kick in. Okay? Mindset starts to kick in. There's only two types of investors. When you get to signing that paperwork and you say, I'm going to buy this property, we have 4 weeks to close. Only two things happen. You either get excited or you get scared. That's it. There's never like, well, I'm kind of scared. No. You either get excited or you get scared, right? This is the first pitfall that we see over and over and over again. But let me talk to you guys about fear. Let's go down the scare path. So then you start having self-talk because you've never done this before, because nobody in your family has done this before, especially not long distance. Because you haven't seen the house. Because what if this happens? What if the house falls apart? Well, maybe the tenant well, maybe this happens. You begin to have negative self-talk, and what happens? Your limiting beliefs that you've already worked through before you came to the agency start to rear their ugly heads. This is while you're under contract, which means you could lose thousands of dollars and you can be sued. I just got to keep it a bean with y'all. You can't go under contract with somebody and then say, never mind, I changed my mind. They can sue you. Okay? It's a legal binding contract. This is why we screen all of our clients, because we don't want this to happen. It does still happen, and we can coach to mindset. Every single time a new investor goes under contract, two things happen. They get excited. Gabby, I'm so excited. Thank you guys for working for me. You guys are killing it. I can't wait to come to St. Louis and see my property. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Or we get an email like, I have a few questions. I'm really worried about this piece of paper on the wall of the property. It looks a little shifty. I'm a little nervous. You start to doubt. And when you start to doubt, you limit me from being able to execute. When you start to doubt, you limit progress. Here's one of the things that I told John yesterday. We were talking about, how we want to coach and how we want to help clients. I said, we can present the transformation, but I can't make you take it. We can present the transformation of real estate investing. We can present this new identity of being an investor. We can present this new concept of investing your money into land because it always appreciates. I can present that all day long on social media, right? But it's up to you to accept the transformation. I've already been transformed. John's already been transformed. Do you see what I mean? Homeowners, investors have already been transformed. There's something, in my opinion, y'all know how I get, spiritually that happens when you begin to buy, own, and take care of land. You can go buy a new pair of shoes. You can go buy a new car, baby. There's something that happens when you begin to buy, own, and take care of land. Let me tell you something. We got to start making it really clear. There's two things that people are doing right now on social media. One thing people are doing, they're creating income. There's businesses like Turo, renting your car and doing, getting Airbnb arbitrage. That's not real estate investing. Holy shit. That's not real estate investing. That's creating income. I'm not mad at creating income. I'm the income queen. Please create your income, but you're not building wealth. You're not building wealth by creating income. You're creating income. When you invest in real estate, you're literally creating wealth. And for some of us, I feel this for somebody. For some of us, we're breaking chains. And so when that fear starts to come up, you think it's the property, but really it's generational curses. Come on. I know I'm talking to somebody. You think it's the property. You're like, well, Gabby, this property. Well, what if, baby, you're talking about generational curses. We're talking about generational curses being broken. If this is your first time joining my live, welcome. This is how I talk. I believe that owning land, especially as Black and brown folk in Missouri, which is the last slave state in the world. Missouri is the last slave state. Black and brown folk owning land here, that's spiritual. Don't miss the play. And so when you get scared, you think it's the property, but I can promise you, I've been doing this long enough and with so many clients that I said, you got to go inward. You got to Sankofa. You got to go inward. You have to remember why you started. Do you understand me? You have to remember why. All y'all gonna do this. It's 19 of you guys on this live. If 19 of you guys join the agency today, I'm gonna find you a property in the next 90 days and all y'all gonna do it. All of y'all gonna do it. Ask John if you think I'm lying. You get to this point that you told me you wanted to be in. I didn't make you buy a property. You said, I want to buy real estate. And I said, that's what's up. Let me help you. And you said, okay. And then I execute because that's what you called me to do, right? And then fear comes along. Yes, Missouri is the last slave state, you guys. Fear comes along and we shut down. And we don't answer the phone, right? And we change our mind, right? And we risk it all. You think you're taking a respite, which means like, I'm just going to wait till next month. Really, what I see in the spiritual realm is you just reverted, right? If you were at age 35, you just went back to age 14. I see we got progression and then we got degression. That's what just happened, right? And so oftentimes, like as your coach, I'm like a high executor. This is why you guys got John, because John can like coach and be nice. I'd be like, listen, you gonna cry or we gonna get to the bag? I can't help you do both. Call John, right? So John's going to be able to help you get to all of those things. And then when you're ready to execute, you call Gabby back, right? Because I have to be a high executor. I'm a visionary, you guys. As your coach, I don't see you today. When you join the agency, I don't see, let's use a client. I don't see Tyrone as today. Okay, Tyrone is one of our clients out of North Carolina, South Carolina area. I don't see Tyrone today, April 15, 2020. I see him in 5 years. I see him in 10 years. I literally can see the legacies of my clients being built. That's the gift that God gave me. And then I say, okay, I see the finish line. I know the path because God gave me the skill set, right? And the hustle and all the things, okay? That is exactly the pitfall. That is exactly the pitfall that new investors fall into. You hire your realtor. They present a property, right? You hire your realtor. They present a property to you. And then fear comes up. Oh, this is my favorite thing. This is my favorite. You know who does this? The client that is comfortable. Some of us, and it's not shade, we got to be real. Some of us are really comfortable at our jobs. some of us are really, really comfortable at our jobs. Now, y'all know how I feel about jobs. You know how I feel about corporate sales. Now, if you work for me, then keep working, right? I ain't going to say don't work for people. I never was comfortable at my job. If you're on my email list and, I share a lot there. If you follow my story, never been comfortable at a job ever in my life. I've always had anxiety at jobs. I've always felt like this is some bullshit. This is trash. So I've never had the luxury. Okay. I've never had the luxury of being comfortable at my job because I was always uncomfortable. Okay. Because I was called to do more, but no shade. I'm just saying, like, for me in my house, you know what I mean? So I was called to build a business. So when I wasn't following that voice, I wasn't following the Holy Spirit. I was uncomfortable. God will make you uncomfortable until you fall in line. Okay. Somebody. Some of y'all so comfortable at your jobs, you'd rather quit building wealth and continue with the distraction of building income. I know I'm talking to somebody. I know I'm talking to somebody. Oh, that's a read. You're so comfortable at your job that you are distracted. It's a distraction. You're distracted by building wealth and you forget, you're distracted by building income and you forget to build wealth. It's nothing wrong with building income. Everybody on my team got paid today. It's nothing wrong with building income. You need income. But please don't pick up income and never pick up wealth. Please don't let fear get you so. Fear is actually a tool. You actually need fear, right? Imagine not having fear and just walking out in front of traffic because you're fearless. Like, really think about not having fear. Fear is necessary. God put that in us, right? So I'm not saying that. Fear is a tool so that you make wise decisions. Fear should stop you and say, is this what you want to do? And you say back to fear, yes. And then fear, guess what fear do? Fear be like, eventually you're going to teach fear you mean business. And it won't start. Some of y'all be talking to fear. I be like, what? Where did you get that from? Well, I just think that maybe the hot water tank and the light bulb is flickering and a little bit of scratch on the floor. Girl, what? Who told you all of that? I was just thinking about it. You was talking to fear. You was having a conversation with fear. You were having a conversation with fear. You're so comfortable. The people who fall right here on this pitfall, the people who fall right here are 6-figure earners. Can we talk about them? Y'all earn like 80,000 to 100. I know you because I talk to you all the time. You call, you book calls, you get on the Wednesday call. I do a free call every Wednesday. Okay, you can always find the link every Tuesday. Now you can find the link in my story. I do a free call every Tuesday. You guys make $80,000 to $120,000 a year. You guys have like $30,000 to $40,000 in the bank. You guys, Brandy, I'm not gonna play with you. You guys have like $30,000 to $40,000 in the bank. I know y'all. I know y'all. Okay, you like your job. You're like, my job ain't that bad. Like, it's cool. They let me come and go as I please. It's cool. Oh my God. And here's what I want to say to you. Do you want to be doing that thing for the rest of your life? You have to remember why you started. If my team is on here, I know Brandy is, but if my assistant is on here, we're going to go in and change the business plan. I'm having a premonition, literally. We need to write in our business plan template. Why did you start with us? Why did you start real estate investing? Why did you say you wanted to start? Why did you take the course? Why did you take the training? Why did you start? A lot of y'all got a whole bunch of knowledge and y'all not executing. So you like smart but dumb? I don't be knowing what. I be like, so you got the knowledge. You kind of a know-it-all. You like, yeah, I know that. No, yeah, but my cousin can do that, can put the furnace in. Yeah, my daddy used to, but you don't have no fruit. You don't have any fruit. You don't have any fruit. And I'm telling you, I am telling you this right now. You are too comfortable. You are too comfortable. And here's the problem with being comfortable. Here's the problem with being comfortable. When one thing changes, when that security blanket pulls off, when that job says, you know what, we're going to cut your hours. We're going out of business. We got to let you go today. You're going to be like, hold on. And you could have had 4 properties. You could have had all your beers covered. You could have been like, oh, baby, that's all I wanted you to say. Let me grab my shit. Come on, let's go. That's how I act. I'd be like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, let me get up out of here. Right? You're too comfortable. Don't be called. For me, I fear the people that are called to be in this industry that are not responding to the call. I deeply feel 2 things. I deeply feel that there are certain people that are called to be real estate investors. I feel that is a calling. Okay? That's number 1. So don't be called to the industry and don't do it, because He gonna shut you down. And then number 2, I deeply feel as a business owner, as an agency owner, I deeply feel that my company is called to serve certain people. I believe that for April, the people we're called to serve, it's already been written. For May, the people that I'm called to serve, it's already been written. Right? For June, I believe that I'm called to serve certain people. They just fall in line. It just falls in line. Right? I'm not impressed when you guys get on the phone and say, I've been following you for a year and a half. For a year and a half? What happened a year and a half ago? Oh, like life or whatever. And my mom had got sick. Coronavirus had happened. I picked up some extra shifts at work. I tried to do it by myself for a little bit. How long did you try to do it by yourself? I tried to do it by myself for about 5 years. 5 years? I'm not trying to do nothing for 5 years. I'm just built different. I'd be like, 5? Baby, I click on this computer a couple times because I want a graphic or I want something. I'm like, oh, baby, let me call somebody and have somebody do this. I don't change oil, I'm not trying to do nothing for 5 years. I'm going to hire experts and get out of their way. I'm not trying to learn nothing for 5 years. Absolutely not, including real estate. I told myself, you got 90 days. And in 90 days, I was like, I'm kind of cold at this. Look at all these strategies. This is easy. I give myself 90 days for new tasks and new hobby. That's just me. You got to take 5 years to learn how to change a tire. Do your thing. I'm not changing no tire. I'll be like, oh, baby, no. I got to call somebody that know how to do this and get out of their way. Because time is money. One day we're going to get on here and we're going to talk about what happens when you waited the year and a half. What happens when you wait another year and a half? We're going to get on here and we're going to talk about it. Right? But I wanted to share with you guys what happens to every new investor. Every single one. 90% of our clients, okay, fall in this pitfall. And it's usually the 6-figure earner. It's usually the client that is comfortable at her job. You know what else? Oftentimes it's a client that has like no kids or maybe just 1 kid. For real. It's like the same thing over. I'd be like, what? How many kids? She got 1. That makes sense. And you're losing your shit over a goal that you set for yourself and you're about to cross the finish line. Baby, that's called fear. That's called fear. And when you're able to look at fear and ask fear, is this serving me? You doubting this process with the team that I hired, is this serving me? Right? If it's not serving you, if fear is not serving you, the only time fear should be serving you if it's stopping you from harm. If it's stopping you from harm, that's when fear is serving you. When you just talk back and forth to fear, that's not service. It's called a distraction. And distractions do what? They delay us. And delaying us do what? It puts us back. That's the pitfall. So as you guys go into, April and May, as you guys think about, there's probably people on this call who is supposed to be joining the agency with us, or people on this call that say, I'm going to join Gabby next month, or I'm going to do that thing, whatever that thing is next month or next week. You have to reset. You have to reset your relationship with fear, because it's whooping your ass. It's whooping your ass. It's okay. Sometimes we get our ass whooped. But then we can stand up and we can say, I'm not going to keep talking to you about this, fear. This is the house that I'm purchasing. This is the numbers. I feel good. Be honest with yourself. I'm a little anxious. Start to reword it. I'm a little scared. You know, it ain't that I'm scared. No, you scared because you just said you're scared. People that scared say scared. Start to reword it. I'm excited. Because they're kind of similar, right? Fear and excitement. When you get on a roller coaster, you get excited, you're a little scared. Start to reword it. Start to put it in a different place. Put it in a different place so it can serve you because it's an emotion. And then always go back to when you get into real estate and you're like, oh, the contractor is tripping. I thought it was going to be worth this much. It was worth this much instead. I wanted to do this type of thing, but this happened instead. It's all working together for your good. Remember why you started. And if you've been following me long enough, you know what I'm getting ready to say. You started for the cash flow. It don't matter. Can I be honest with y'all? It don't matter what the property look like. I know y'all mad now. Well, I ain't gonna just buy anything. Well, then just keep living in an apartment and keep working your 9 to 5 and driving a car that's $30,000 from the lot. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, just keep, I can't even talk to that type of person. I just told you that it don't matter what it look like. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Do it cash flow? Because you could fix up anything. We can make it pretty. We search for profits first. Okay? That leads our decision-making process. We got to put those things into perspective. We got to remove fear from being a bedside. It's on our bedside night table, right? And then we hire experts. You hire your realtor. You hire my team. And then you got to sit back and get out of their way. I can't tell some of my favorite clients, they don't even know each other. We don't put you guys in random Facebook groups and then y'all that's just not my model for what. Everybody that I works with are high performing, amazing 6-figure earners. And you guys don't have, my clients don't have time to be chatting in a Facebook group. They want premium services. Okay. So these clients don't even know each other. These clients, they don't even know, they've never even met before. And those star clients, those people that are just like killing it, they say the same thing. I'm going to start recording it. They say the same thing every time. And let me tell you what they say. Well, Gabby, I trust you. I trust you. And I say, that's what I needed to hear. Let me run the play. Right? So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys today about, was that fear component, that fear piece. Because it's really not a good look. Hold on. What questions do you guys have for me? That was so dramatic, but my teeth were so cold. What questions can I answer about real estate investing, about the agency, your own deals? Let me scroll, because I think some of you were typing. Hold on, let me scroll up. Drop your question into the question box. Okay? If you own properties in St. Louis already, I don't have a program for you. So our services are exclusive to people that buy, fix up, and find tenants with us. So we do the whole thing for you. We don't have any kind of like one-off services. So comfortable building income that you forget to build wealth. Baby, that's a bar. Baby, I know I'm crazy. Hold on. Because I be wanting to tweet my stuff. Because that's for me too. For real. How do you feel about all the affordable multi-units in St. Louis? I don't really know what that means. I want to buy a multi-family house, so what tips can you provide to help me? Do you want to live in it? Do you want to live in the multi-family house? Do you want to live in the multi-family house? You want to buy a multi-family house? Do you want to live in the multi-family house? I'm going to assume you do. If you're buying a multi-family house, I'm going to assume you do want to live in it. I'm going to, is there an average amount? Okay, let me answer this question first. If you're buying a multi-family house, I'm going to assume that you do want to live in one of the units for at least a year. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So my advice to you is to find, it's going to take some time. You're going to pay a lot for it, probably no matter the market. Okay. It's going to take some time. Gabby, what do you mean by time? It's going to probably take you 4 to 7 months. Okay. And that's what a good realtor. Some of y'all be having realtors, baby. Do y'all know y'all don't have to use these people? I had a client, she was like, hey, I'm going to get back to your question in a second. She was like, I got a realtor. She's been helping me. I was like, okay, so how many houses have you bought with her? She was like, none. I was like, what? She was like, I haven't bought any houses with her. I said, okay, well, how long have you been working with her? And she said a year. I said, excuse me? You've been working with a realtor for a year and you've never bought a house? Help me understand. Something is wrong. Either you don't know how to execute or your realtor is trash. The girl was like, no, I can execute. If she send me something, I'm gonna put in an offer. I said, she's trash then. I'm not working with nobody for no year. Ask people. If I can't find you a house in a few months, I'd be like, here go your money back. I'm not finna do that. For what? I'm not gonna do that. Okay? So y'all can fire realtors. Please. And let me say this too before I answer the rest of these questions. Tell me if I'm wrong. Stop getting these realtors to help you buy properties in the hood when they don't know the hood. What's going on? Who is this selling this property in the hood? How did you even find her? What's going on? They're representing you. They have legal representation over you. And they never even been to the house. And they be making comments. Maybe they be dogging y'all houses out. Oh, don't let me get into my bag on these realtors. They be dogging y'all houses out. Y'all be getting realtors to help y'all buy properties in the hood or sell your properties in the hood. And I'm a realtor, so I get on the phone with them, baby. They be dogging y'all out. Them white ladies be dogging y'all. I'm dead serious. Well, it's a little dangerous. Well, I wouldn't live there. And this is who you got representing you. The devil a lie. He a lie. Could never be me, baby. I'm going to get the biggest, blackest, darkest. If I'm going to be buying and selling, I need the person to be able to get with it. Okay? What's going on? I be so lost. I didn't got off topic. Okay, so hold on. We buying a multifamily. Please take my notes down, y'all, because I be dead serious when I be delivering stuff and it be really gems. You know what I'm saying? It be really gems. Okay, so we're buying a multifamily. This is what I want you to understand. It's going to take you 4 to 7 months with a good realtor to locate a multifamily in this climate. It's going to take you 4 to 7 months to locate a multifamily. I want you to find something. The question was, what advice do you have for me? I want to buy a multifamily. I want you to find something at 3 to 4 units. That's me. That's my business. Your business may be 2 units. I want you to find something at 3 to 4 units. Gabby, why? Because I want to make sure that if you have 4 units and one person stops paying or one is vacant, you still have cash flow. Okay? Because you live in one of them. Okay? So you still have cash flow out from the other 2. So in the perfect world, you would be buying a triplex or a fourplex. Okay. The next thing that I want you to do, unfortunately, you got to do it this, because I'm doing this with my client Maisha, and I said, I know that's it. The devil is a lie. I can show you the email. You're going to have to do FHA. You're going to have to do an FHA loan. Jesus, please help the people, Lord. Please help them. Please help them and let them know that I'm your servant and I'm here to serve them. And this is facts. Don't get no conventional loan for no four family. My client just tried to do it. And I said, this is a hell to the no. We going back to FHA. She was like, okay, cool. I thought I was tripping. I was like, don't even worry about it. I got you. Okay. You need an FHA loan. That's a whole nother lie for a whole nother day. I want you to get an FHA loan because it's going to be cheaper at the closing table. They're only going to require 3.5%. And most multifamilies, even in St. Louis, most fourplexes are going to be $500,000 or more. $500,000 or more. I saw one yesterday for $650,000. Now, you need to make sure that you're working with a lender who not only takes into account your income, but also the income of the property. I'm going to say it again. You need to make sure that you are working with a lender who is not just taking into consideration the income of the property, or the income, your income, but also the income of the property. So as an investor, if you say, hey, Mr. Lender Man, I'm looking for a fourplex. What do I get approved for? This person should be able to ask you, in what zip codes are you looking? And you're going to say, I'm looking in 71114. And he's going to say, based on the rents in 71114, all of your units should rent out for $1,000. Because of that data, I'm going to take the $3,000. I'm going to give you a percentage of that rent, times it by 12, and your new income grows. You ain't even did nothing. You just told him, I want to buy a fourplex. He says your income grows because you're buying an income producing property. So you no longer make $100,000 a year, for this example. You now make $140,000 a year. What just happened right there? What just happened right there? Your buying power increased. Because banks care about what? You guys think that banks care about credit. You guys think that banks care about credit scores. They do not. I didn't see people get approved at 580. I didn't see people get approved at 600. Baby, you need to be worried about your debt to income ratio. So if you have a $50,000 income, but every month you're paying $5,000 in, we got to clean up some of that debt. We got to increase that income. Okay. Don't trip off the credit score. I'm not saying you can walk in there with a 3, right? But what I'm saying is I want your focus to be your debt to income ratio. Okay. So that is my advice. You need a lender who is going to be able to clearly express the strategy that they're going to use to ensure that at the closing table, before you get to the closing table, your lending power is going to increase based on you buying an income producing property. Okay. Don't buy a fourplex if you're going to live in it with a conventional. They're going to make you put down a huge down payment because they're going to give you an investor type loan. And also your interest rate is going to be higher for an investor type loan. Okay. He said, I live in Plainfield, New Jersey, and these taxes out here are crazy. I think that's why I ain't buy nothing yet. Okay, you got to switch markets. I'm sorry, that's a lady. It's a lady pop off. You got to switch markets. It's 2022. You switch markets. I want to rent my St. Louis property to relocate. Any tips? I would hire a property management company. If you want to rent a property because you're going to relocate, I would hire a property management company. They're going to take the first month's rent. Or you can hire a realtor. You're going to hire a property management company to list it for you, or you can hire a realtor. They're going to take the first month's rent as their pay. So if you want to rent it for $1,000, they're going to charge you the $1,000 for the first month rent, and they're going to do all the things for you. Okay. I'm interested in investing, but at the same time, I'm in the market to buy a home. Someone was telling me about buying a house for zero, for instance, subject to, oh, Lord Jesus. I'm not going to do this with y'all today. So who is this? My M4 box? Don't do it. 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 No, tell them, Gabby said hell no. Okay. Tell them Gabby, she is in St. Louis. She has braids. They're currently on the right side of her face. And she told me to tell you hell no. And then she said at her, you know, if you want beef in the streets, she said bring it. Okay. That's literally what I want you to tell that person. Because we're not going to do that. There's a bunch of reasons why we're not going to do it. I'm going to give you like 3 real quick. The number one reason why we're not going to do a subject to property is because it's a distraction. Okay. It's a distraction to the progress that you can make. And it takes quite a bit of time to find someone who wants to sell their property with a mortgage and then give it to you. And they keep the mortgage in their name and you just pay the payments. No. Buy a when you're a first time investor, I'm not talking about people that know how to do this and they got tools and systems and call logs. I talk to the masses. Okay, the majority of us cannot do a subject to loan, and that's okay. That's okay because we got regular loans. It's a distraction. So many people start real estate investing and try to chase subject to, or they try to chase wholesale deals. I've talked to people on the phone who have been a wholesaler for 2 years and never closed the deal. They try to do subject to for 1.5 years and never close the deal. It's a distraction. Why wouldn't you just focus on a layup versus a half court shot? You just keep trying with a half court shot. Meanwhile, I'm just walking up to the basket. Sis, just walk up to the basket. No. You're going to get an FHA loan from your community bank, from a community lender at your community bank. You're going to ask them how much you're approved for, pre-approved for, pre-qualified for. Is the current wave that I'm on right now with y'all because y'all scared of banks. That's okay. I got you. You're going to get pre-qualified based on your debt to income ratio and your credit score. You do not have to have your credit ran. You can say, I do not want my credit ran. You have to tell them that because the moment you give them your social, they're running your credit. So stop them. Okay, so what's your social? Actually, I don't want my credit ran. I just said that, but I ain't going to trip on you. I just want a pre-qualification. I want to be able to tell you my debt, my income, and my credit, and I want you to tell me what I could be approved for. Oh yeah, no problem. Right? Well, based on that information, you would get approved for probably about $250,000. But in order to make sure this is correct, I have to do a pre-approval. You gotta I gotta like you first before I let you run my credit. You know how many times before I knew how to do this, I was going to banks, letting them run my credit, and I didn't know, you guys. I didn't know. I'm like, damn, I ain't even like you. So I was never going to do a deal with you because I want to smack the shit out of you. So why did I let you run my credit? Because I didn't know. So I'm telling y'all the game so y'all don't have to do this. Okay, so we're not doing subject to. We're not doing it. I'm not even going to get into what it is because some of y'all going to get distracted. I just talked about distractions. No, it's a distraction. If you're trying to buy your first property and you're trying to buy your first investment, you're trying to buy your first residence and you're trying to buy your first investment, you have to choose one, and you have to give yourself a timeline, and you have to only work on that one. You have to, unless you're super liquid. I did have a client at one point. He bought a mansion and he bought an investment property in the same month. And I said, do your thing, sir. Break bread then, right? But for most of us, right, myself included, I'm just going to focus on one, especially if this is your first time. It's a huge distraction and you will make no progress. You need to give yourself, what is this? May, June, July, August. By August, you should be writing deals for properties. You should give yourself 120 days. By August, you should be writing deals for property. You already hired a realtor. You're looking at deals. You already have your pre-approval. You found a bank that you love. That's your timeline. You're not doing subject to, baby. And if you're going to do it, just unfollow me now. No disrespect. I just don't want to do it. Anything else? Yeah, we're not doing no subject to. Do you have hard money lender options? I do not personally allow, is the word I'm going to use. I do not have clients come to me with hard money lenders. We do not allow you to come to the agency with a hard money lender. It's too tight. It's too advantageous for me. I don't want to deal with them personally, so I don't have to because I'm the owner. It never works out the way we want it to work out. Their fees are astronomical, and I just can't even handle them. So I currently do not allow hard money lenders. I'm always open to stuff. We're working with a new lender now, so we have 2 lenders that I really, really like. So if I meet a hard money lender that's going to be able to do all the things I need him to do, then that's what's up. And then I have a 3rd lender. I'm saying this because I want you guys to know that I'm open for change. I'm just telling you when the same thing keep happening, because we used to use hard money lenders, I was like, oh, let me take this product off the table. Now you can't come over here. You see what I'm saying? So we have a 3rd lender that I actually really like. He makes himself really available to me. I'm just still kind of getting to know his products. And he does business loans. So he will lend to your business. He won't put anything on your personal credit. It'll go to your business credit. And he'll let you buy your investment properties with me in your business name, okay? What do you mean switch markets? Like look for a new location? Exactly. When I say you guys need to switch markets, if you live in Los Angeles, California, you probably, maybe you can. You may not be able to buy an investment property in Los Angeles, California, okay? So that means you need to take your capital and you need to find another market that's going to be able to cash flow you, okay? I was talking to somebody at City Hall a few years ago, and she had the statistics. I'm trying to think who that was. St. Louis City Hall, and they were basically saying that St. Louis is owned, about 40% of St. Louis is owned from people all over the world. So that means if this is the land, this amount of St. Louis is owned by people who don't even live here. It's very, very common for people to invest out of the market. It's very, very common to be a long distance investor. Okay? You're just going to be the first in your family. Jay said, is your fee a flat fee or a percentage-based fee? It is a flat fee for the entire year. So you get 12 months worth of services from us. 12 months, you can buy as many properties. The average client buys 3 properties with us. The most right now is 10. So she paid a flat fee to join us. She's bought 10 properties in maybe 5 months with us, but she's in LA as well. She came over to the St. Louis market, found me on Instagram. She joined me in 2 or 3 days. She had her first property in a few weeks. Then she kept buying. She now has more income in her investment properties than she does her 9 to 5, or just the same. So her investments cash flow her $10,000 a month. And we did that in 4 or 5 months because she took action, because she leaned into fear and she didn't let fear overcome her, because she said yes to the call to be a real estate investor. And I believe she's called for the industry. Her family are real estate investors as well. And she just has a calling to do this work. Oh, shoot. I think my AirPods just connected. All right, you guys. So I wanted to take you guys down the pipeline of the pitfall, the number one pitfall I see for every new investors. After you sign the contract, you begin to have scarcity and limited mindset, okay? You begin to have scarcity and limited mindset. Some of us, right there when the contract is signed, and you struggle with getting past and into your own goals, okay? So if you want to get started with me, Jay, and anybody else that's listening, you're going to click the link in my bio. It says, let me find your investment property in 90 days. You're going to click the link in the bio. You're going to click inside of that website, I'm ready to cash flow, and my team is going to look over your application and decide from there if we can help you. We're going to talk to you within a few days. We typically talk to clients applicants every Tuesday, so you're going to get an invite to talk to us on Tuesday, okay? So if you're interested in working with us, you want to click the link in the bio. What does it say? Let me find your investment property in 90 days, okay? Is there an average amount that investors that use your preferred lender qualify for? I see. Typically like Well, you guys get to qualify for it. He doesn't tell me what you're qualified for. That's like a whole nother live. People get qualified for probably $100,000 to $200,000, but St. Louis is a cheap market, so all I need is probably 80,000, 70,000, something like that. But some people get, one lady thought, I'm not gonna get qualified from, I'm not gonna get approved for much. I'm not gonna get approved for much, and then she got approved for $250,000. And he's fast. My lender is very fast because we move fast. Typically, if you guys get over to him, you have conversations with him. Again, I give my lender out once you join the agency because of obvious reasons. I hope that they're obvious reasons. If not, my bad. He's going to get you approved within 48 to 72 hours. Very, very, very fast. Everybody that uses him says the same thing. He's very fast. Okay, I want you guys to click the link in the bio. Click the link in my bio. The link is going to say, let me find your investment property in 90 days. That's going to, when you apply to work with us, you're applying for 12 months worth of services, right? And we're going to talk with you on Tuesday. We talk to applicants every Tuesday on exactly what we can do for your specific needs. Some clients come to us and they say, I got $10,000, and I'll tell you, can we help you? Some clients come to us and they say, I have $1 million. Dead serious. And we say, okay, this is how we can help you. It doesn't matter. Once you apply, you affirm, in my opinion, you affirm to yourself that you're serious. That's number one. But number two, you allow an expert, which is myself, to assess you and to understand what's, what makes sense for you in this season. Okay. So I'm going to jump off of here at 6 o'clock on a Friday. Got to get out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll talk to you soon.